Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the
We're back. Fastlane, baby.
Yes.
Breitling watches, our friends at Betify and Sunland Private Wealth. How's it?
Cold, yeah.
Winter is here.
Jeez, tire warmers need to come back on.
Yeah, we're going from cars to from the cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Freezing cold.
Jeez.
Lots on the go this week in the Fastlane. Other side of Monaco.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have been there for simple reasons.
but
To launch the Eddie Jordan Foundation, and
Yes.
it was a very special weekend. But yeah,
But it's a love to hate you race. Because you would love to be there for all the entertainment. I saw all the watches going around, all the fancy watches and stuff, the yachts, the cars, the who's who, but then the racing. I mean, Max Verstappen was brilliant. He said we might as well play like Super Mario Karts and throw bananas onto the track. But I saw something I wanted to bounce this off you. Adrian Newey. He was there.
I saw him.
The clipboard.
His little clipboard walking around.
Did you see how he was staring at that McLaren?
He was looking at it big time.
Oh,
They were
man.
talking a lot about that notepad that he carries around
Yes.
with him and his sketches that he does.
Yeah,
and they were
he's,
saying, I'd love to have a look at
eagle eye.
what he's looking at. And he was featured quite a bit. They had a little interview with him, and they were chatting about his role at Aston Martin and what he sees in terms of the future of the company and in terms of the design work, etc. So, yeah, very interesting.
But it's almost like being the goat. He like arrives there and all of a sudden the car just goes quicker just by him being there.
Yeah.
But I tell you
Williams had a good weekend as well.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, the team sport all of a sudden, you see that. I mean, look, the cars are too big. They knew they're not going to be able to pass. So, it's a pity. But I mean, obviously, it is quite a nice one to sort of see the glitz and glamour. But I think a lot of the guys were nervous with Newey standing around their cars. I would be. You know, when he's there, like, go away, come on, stop looking.
Stop staring, because you'll know every single little detail that's been added.
Yeah, because apparently now they're going to reopen that protest on that water cooling situation.
Exactly.
So him and Horner were having a chat. But anyway, we can go on for days about it. But and MotoGP obviously was
incredible.
Quite an exciting race. We saw the Aprilia actually winning now. So again, that's probably I'm not sure how many manufacturers, but it's
opened it up now completely though, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it has. Nice to see just a different manufacturer winning there. So and Yamaha showing some good pace. Obviously, Quattronare's shame, and they had a mechanical failure. The ride height, launch control, it got stuck, and he couldn't get it to activate back up. So, pity for him, but very exciting. A rest this weekend, but obviously we see Formula One going to Spain, which is going to be quite exciting.
Nice. Local motor racing, is anything this weekend?
No, I don't think there's any local. They obviously haven't heard much about the local scene. So nothing.
Nice. Have a look at these pictures from the Porsche run on the weekend. Cape Town Porsche Club having a run. Look at those images of those Porkers. Wow, nice. And it seemed as though there was a lot of other car clubs having their runs on Sundays as well. So that was nice. We've got a lot to cover on the show today, including something very special from a lifestyle point of view that's happening, and that is happening out at DHL Cape Town Stadium. And I just want to get one of the directors with us, Lance from High Street Auctions, on the line with us so we can have a little chat about that all-important auction that's happening at DHL Cape Town Stadium. Lance, good morning.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Fantastic. All the better to be chatting with to you this morning ahead of what promises to be a very eventful evening out at DHL Cape Town Stadium. And I'm trying to get my head around if I've ever seen something like this before ever at DHL Cape Town Stadium, and I don't think it's ever happened before.
I don't think it's happened anywhere actually before, where some firm has decided to sell the 4 Ws under one roof at one auction. So I think it is quite unique, to be honest. And we start off with our property auction in the morning at 11 o'clock,
yes,
which is fantastic, and then move into these other 2 auctions on Thursday night and Friday morning.
And it's really, you've hand selected the cream of the crop. When it comes to auctions, there's always, people that have come along and they'll sit through a whole auction to get to one specific piece or one specific item that they're after. In your case, and especially with the W's being so attractive, I mean, they appeal to everyone. Whiskey watches, and of course, not forgetting wheels. It's something that just really drives people to come and be there from the start to the finish. Curating something like this doesn't take a week or this is a months in preparation to get it right.
Yes, right. I think back to probably October, November of last year when I came back and got involved again at High Street and took it up. And we had this sort of brainwave, whether it's a brainwave or to come up with the 4 Ws. And it's the thinking that because we used to concentrate solely on property, property investors are potentially high net worth individuals, and they need to be shown the product which we believe are the whiskey, wine, watches, and wheels.
Yes.
And of course, got a few really remarkable diamond pieces and this amazing vintage on the auction too. So it's been a sort of process of learning since October, November. And I'm very fortunate to have these amazing partners with Top Watch and Nungu Diamonds and Whiskey Emporium who've been able to come to together for the event tomorrow night. And then, of course, Lauder Classic Cars for Friday.
This is spectacular. Lance, wishing you everything of the best for this event. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to be around like-minded people who have the same love for the same things that I do. And importantly, wishing you an absolutely successful night out at DHL Cape Town Stadium.
Right, thank you so much. I really am looking forward to seeing you there tomorrow evening. It'll be
stunning,
fantastic.
mate. Can't wait. Thanks. Take care, and we'll chat to you tomorrow morning on the breakfast show. Folks, you can go and have a look, by the way, at the items that are available. And actually, in fact, it'll stay there for a while. But go and have a look at High Street Auctions. They do some of the most incredible auctions, and Lance and his team, all the very best for that. As we turn our attention from auctions and the lifestyle associated. I mean, I'm so bad, by the way. Invite John and I to your auctions. We'll bid for absolutely everything. I'd bid myself. I'm like, it's at you at 2,000, 2.5. Do I have 2.5? I'm like, 2.5. I'll take it to 2.5. Problem is that in a room nearby, I have somebody who doesn't enjoy me bringing anything home because we clutter and collect every kind of thing under the sun. And in actual fact, I'm fearful of my life at this stage of bringing anything home again anytime soon. So if it's going to have to be small, maybe she won't mind if I bring a diamond ring home, another one or one. And definitely not another car, that's for sure. But let's turn our attention now from auctions and the life styles associated with auctions back to the world of motor racing, and a youngster who's doing really well.
Yeah.
He's a smart driver. Max Smart. Let's get hold of him on the line this morning. He's doing really well overseas at the moment.
He's doing phenomenally well. Such tough competition up at the top.
Hello.
Max, good morning.
Morning, Max.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. All the better to have you back on the podcast with us. What's life like at the moment? How have things been for you?
Yeah, no, I'm really stoked to be back on the podcast. Life is good. I have actually just got back from Rally Portugal last week.
Yes.
Where we actually had probably the best driving that I've ever done in a rally car. Setting some of the fastest splits on the stages, getting multiple podium stage times, coming fifth overall in the junior WRC and third in WRC3. No, it was a power weekend. Absolutely power. I'm stoked.
No, Max, and I mean, like, I was saying to you off air how awesome it is, the build up to these events, and to explain to people back home here in South Africa sort of the competition and the amount of fans, how crazy they go for motorsport. But you also changed the co-driver for this season, so there's been a lot of changes. But obviously going back and having the pace notes, because Ryan, if I've ever told you, write notes on blank piece of paper.
Got you.
And a lot of these drivers, international drivers, they go back a few times to these events. They compete there over many years, so they've got existing notes. And obviously going back to a stage that you've done before, it really helps because your confidence is up and you don't have to be focused so much on writing the notes. But Max, talk us through that with the new Navigator. How's that been going?
Honestly, it's been so solid, hey. Like with regarding the notes for the event, the amount of studying that I did for this rally and that we do for every rally is incredible. We watch these stage videos for hours upon hours before getting to the event. We see a whole bunch of different drivers go through the stage, watch if there's any mistakes and analyze why did they make a mistake there, see if there's anything that you need to think about. But just going straight to chatting about the co-driver, my new co-driver, Malcolm Reed, is an absolute machine. He's a New Zealander, so it's quite classic in the car. We always have a lot of rugby banter.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we need to do something about that. We need to make some content with like All Blacks versus Springboks. But honestly, this guy is great, hey? He's really experienced co-driver. This was his 171st rally and my 11th,
She was. Yeah, that experience helps in the car, especially when you're sort of new to it. To have a co-driver with a bit of experience sort of calms you down in situations where, you're young and you kind of get a little bit hot-headed, or you kind of over-driving, just to pull you back a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that helps, and especially at that level, because, for the amount of pressure that you're dealing with, and often the guys that you're competing against are sort of the best in their country. That's what people don't realize. The top 10 guys are world champions or country national champions, so the competition's very, very, very tough.
We move next to the Acropolis. We go to Greece next, which is going to be a big one. And what I love about this is you can be a part of Max's journey. I'm just had a look right now. MaxSmartRally.com, and we'll put the link in the description as well. Go and have a look. You can be up to date with what's happening. Get behind our local star that's doing so well on the international rally scene. And importantly, it costs a lot of money to compete at this level, and you can be a part of making a massive difference and contribution to Max's journey. Like I said, MaxSmartRally.com. Max, we've got a couple of weeks now between now and obviously heading off to Greece. What happens typically in the next few weeks?
Ryan, first off, thank you so much for reaching out for support. One of the things that I'm doing in these 4 weeks is I'm currently looking for partners to take with me across the World Rally Championship.
Nice.
Like you say, it's something that you can't do alone, and it's a breathtaking sport that I'm really looking for people to come on this journey with me and help out. So that is one big thing that I'm doing in this time at home, is reaching out and making connections, as well as studying for Greece, Gonna spend lots of time looking back at last year, because I was fortunate enough to do the Acropolis Rally last year.
Yes.
And I'm going to be watching back my onboards and
spend some time in the sauna.
Exactly. I love it. Max, we'll have you definitely back on the podcast. It'll be definitely lovely to actually see you before you head off again, to come and see the setup, to come and put a bit more focus and attention on some of those amazing partners that you have already that have put their hands up to say they're backing you and they're a part of your journey. And some of them have been with you for a long time. Some of them are new, but we'd love to give them some love to say thank you for supporting you and being a part of your journey. So we'll touch base with you definitely before you head off for Greece, to come and see the setup, to come and have a few words with you, and obviously to give those sponsors some love. But lovely having you on the podcast, and we'll chat again to you soon, my friend.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
Cool, bud.
Really
Thanks, man.
Cheers, mate. Lekker, ciao. Max Smart, ladies and gents. MaxSmartRally.com.
Flying the flag for South Africa,
We've got to go and see the setup. We've got to go and spend some time with Max.
Yeah, no. Look, the guys need the support. Come on, man. To be at that level is just quite. So proud, to be South African at that level.
Now, moving from lifestyle to motorsport to surfing. Ladies and gents, it was an historic week because we're back at number one.
What a comeback.
And what a comeback for Geordie Smith. It's not Geordie on the line. It's somebody who represents one of the sponsors that sponsors Geordie in the form of Oakley. He's been a proud ambassador for the IWay, Geordie Smith. But the man responsible at the helm of Oakley Surfing is Seth Hully, no stranger to this show, no stranger to the podcast or surfing in the world. Seth, how's it, bud?
Hey, Ryan, how's it going? How are you?
Lekker, my bro. Listen, what a week for Geordie Smith.
Yeah, it's been incredible. So Geordie, having known him since the day he was born and having walked a long walk with him with Oakley, and then he's now with M Experiment, so he's not with the brand anymore, but still a massive fan of Geordie. And he's had an incredible year. Winning, this is the second WCT win of the year. He's the oldest campaigner on the World Tour, 37 years of age, and he's just had an absolutely phenomenal year, leading the world rankings. And we're past halfway through the year on the WCT statuses, and he's got 4 big ones to come, which includes Jeffreys Bay, one in California, one in Brazil, and then it all goes down to Final 5 in Fiji.
That's amazing. We're going to see him in actual fact in the next month. Seth, you and I are going to see, and John's going to be coming and popping in. We're going to have an incredible time up there. Very special event that's taking place out in Jeffreys Bay. We'll be there with Great Grit with Betty Fye and of course Oakley for the crossover happening soon. We'll chat about that. But it'll be lekker to touch base and actually see Geordie at Jeffreys Bay in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be there and supporting him. And Geordie's won the J-Bay more than once before. So hopefully he gets another win there and sets him up really good and in top position for that Final 5 showdown in Fiji. So it's going to be an amazing event to have all you guys there. Thanks to Bettify for the support as well as Grit and SSG Security. It's going to be absolutely amazing up there, having a little surf with you guys and having a little round of golf.
Jesus, amazing comeback though for him. I mean, I was following his journey. I mean, he had that injury, and I mean, it's so awesome because I love those stories where you come from this, like, I mean, he had quite a severe injury. I think it was his knee, Seth, if I remember.
Right. Yeah.
But coming back, I mean, he must be on top of the world now at the moment to show everybody, because I'm sure people thought, that's him done.
Yeah.
No, absolutely spot on. I mean, Jordy's always been a crowd favorite wherever he goes around the world, and his surfing's always, they got that, yet youthfulness about his surfing. He's got a lot of spring in his step, and his aerial game is unbelievable. He is the most powerful surfer in the world, being at 6'3", and he's got a lot of power behind his turns, which counts very favorable in terms of the judging criteria. But like you say, people thought he had his best years behind him. He's finished run-up to the world title twice before, and he hasn't secured a crown yet. So let's hope that 2025 is Jordy's year, because he's looking sharp.
Absolutely.
You know something interesting? I've actually got a board shaped by his dad, Graham Smith.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's an older board shaper.
Yeah, I've got two boards.
The original Graham Smith.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Quickly, Seth, before we say goodbye, listen, congratulations. I see a standalone Oakley store popping up at Century City or Canal Walk Shopping Centre, and it looks like it's almost ready to open doors. I think in the next couple of days or the next week or so, it'll be ready to open doors. And I know that in between our Puma stuff that John and I are so fortunate enough from Alex to get, that with the only other brand we're allowed to wear, because the apparel's really good, is the Oakley apparel. But they make amazing apparel, now available at Century City, or shortly, am I right in saying?
100% spot on, Bruce. So there's been a little bit of delay to the opening, and the store will be looking to open in July sometime. So perfect time for school holidays season. Good day to launch. Good time to launch the store. So super exciting times to have our first Oakley store launched in South Africa.
I can't wait, and it's literally 200 meters, not even away from the Puma store around the corner. But they'll have everything. You'll have all the tog bag, the rucksacks, all the apparel, all the jackets, plus that awesome eyewear that we love so much. In actual fact, we never leave the home without protecting our eyes with the best eyewear on earth from Oakley. So, Seth, lekker chatting to you, my bud. We'll chat again, and obviously feature you a bit more on the podcast closer towards crossover in a couple of weeks' time.
Awesome, but thanks for being such big fans of the brand, and so good chatting with you guys as always. Thanks for the support.
Lekker, my brother. Take care. There we go, my bro. That's Seth Hulley on the line with the podcast today. Listen, it's been a very long podcast today, but we've got to also squeeze in a very quick chat to JP Duminy. He popped into the show, found out about him. Mo and Ali, both of them were on the show. And of course, with Ashraf Ali, they're teaming up to build a center for youth and for youth on the Cape Flats. Have a quick listen to this chat with JP and I. Always brilliant catching up with my mate JP Duminy. The foundation doing really well, JP. JP21 Foundation, every milestone, it's been a privilege to be a part of that journey with you. But now teaming up with Mo and Ali's got a foundation, and he'll be doing work in Cape Town. Of course, the Cape Flat Sports Academy. Ashraf Ali is also doing incredible work. So between the three organizations, JP, a massive drive and initiative to bring sport and highlight sport for kids in the Western Cape.
Yeah, for sure. And essentially the main objective here is to build a multi-purpose indoor facility.
Oh, stunning. Long overdue.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if you think about all the communities and how this will, galvanize the community and bring these young kids, the next generation, essentially together and provide opportunities for them. So that's the hope, obviously, to raise funds. So we've got a gala dinner happening at Lord's, my friend, in the long room.
Stunning.
How cool is that? On the 18th of June. There's still 4 tables, hopefully, that we're hoping to sell, which is about £5,000, which is nothing for you.
It's nothing. In actual fact, if you're watching this and you're in the UK, just think about any kind of a organization that's close to your heart, and think about what that'll set you back in terms of a table. It really is nothing in the bigger scheme of things, because every single center that's going towards and applying towards a community that's in desperate need of a facility. And if you think about the winters that you have in the UK, man, it's bad. In the Cape Town, we have terrible torrential downpouring of weather conditions in our winters, and those kids have no place to kind of focus and be looked after indoors. So a multi-purpose sports hall like this is much needed. You say 4 tables are available. We put all the details in the link as to how you can reach out and be a part of this amazing gala dinner, and no doubt it's going to be a spectacular evening. Laughter, loads of fun, and possibly a couple of auction items as well.
Yeah, for sure. And myself and Moen will be there doing a Q&A as well, and lots on the go in terms of cricket. Obviously, we'll probably be at the back end there of the World Test Championship final. South Africa versus Australia. Great opportunity to chat through that. Moeen, extensive career.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be great to talk all things cricket.
Yeah. And all things soccer, is a Liverpool supporter.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, great.
I love that.
Are you Liverpool?
Of course.
Oh,
Hello, can you be smiling for the whole month? What you talking about? But go and get involved. And it's, like I said, always lucky to see you and the foundation doing amazing work again, JP, and finding that time just to obviously give back, because the sporting year is a crazy one. You're still heavily involved in the sport throughout the course of the year. I mentioned the fact that the best 14 months of the IPL every year, because it carries on and on and on and on. But there's various other leagues that have popped up, and it's nice to see your current involvement with cricket still. Please like and support not only the JP21 Foundation, but also this great initiative to raise funds for a much needed sports centre in Cape Town. And then to wrap things up very quickly, in the driveway, John's driving this Jeep. Have a look at this.
So I'm standing here in the nature reserve. I'm going to put this menacing Jeep from Driving Force behind me to the test. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh, come on. Angry eyes. I mean, this vehicle just looks like it can go anywhere. Looking really, really cool. I would say it's in its natural habitat here in the bush on this dirt road. I'm going to be putting it in 4L and 4H and all those things to see what it can do. It's the diesel engine, as you can hear. Nice big spare wheel on the back. Solid bumpers front and back. Doors can come off so you can experience the off-road properly. Guys take this in the dunes. Big following for Jeeps, and I like the way the guys customize them with different stickers and different bull bars and different wheels. This has got quite a nice rim on it. Suits the car. So, you know, when you see them, and they're also friendly, all give a little nod and a wave when you're out on the road. So, yeah, I'm going to be putting this vehicle through its paces this morning. So if you're walking your dogs in the nature reserve, don't worry. I'm a professional. You'll be fine. Only joking. I would never do such a thing.
John, what a 25-minute podcast this has been. Like, subscribe, be a part of the journey. It's an extra long one today. Stay warm this winter. Wintry days settling into the Western Cape with loads of rain expected over the next couple of weeks. Heading off to sunny skies soon. Watch the space, like, subscribe, and be a part of the journey like our friends at Breitling, our friends at Bedify and Sanlam Private Wealth. Take care, and we'll catch you again next week in the Fastlane.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane. So sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street.